I'm hungry.
DJClyve, this is your YouTube Afterlife! Where would Limbo Grub truly be without DJ stepping into the proverbial dog food and finding out by accident how much he hates breadfruit? Well, maybe he wasn't eating it right. Native Forest brings it in a new form, prepare and serve organic young jackfruit in a can. This Sri Lanka delight is minced up fine and spreadable like a tuna fish. An extra twist of lime will provide an extra sweet yet sour bite to what's sure to be your brand new taste obsession.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, chickens, and turtles. It is now time for part 3 of DJClyve. This is your Afterlife, and as you can see... Donut, I'm getting more than a little tired of all these interruptions. Let me guess, somebody touched you again? It wasn't me. It wasn't me! It wasn't me! This might be the oddest thing that I've encountered yet. I think now I've officially gone to every corner of the afterlife. I've been to heaven, I've been to hell, I've been through the ether, I've been stuck in between dimensions, I've been in the real-life equivalent of the Black Lodge, I've been to purgatory. I think. Actually, I lose track. Have I? All the weird things that have been happening around here lately lead me to one conclusion, and that is, there is a ghost here in Limbo. I have no flippin' idea how that happens. I mean, if there's anywhere on the planet where there should not be ghosts, it would be Limbo, right? But it sure does look like at some point a wayward soul going either up or down got lost along the way and ended up here. Well, here's hoping it's not one of those poltergeists. The word poltergeist is actually a euphemism. It's actually a very nice way to say a very unlucky, very clumsy ghost that breaks all sorts of shit. But we'll deal with that later, I suppose. I'm sure it's all leading to something big! And I am pretty sure that, as I film this, that this is not the big revelation episode. That doesn't necessarily mean that this isn't a big episode in its own right. You ever accidentally step on a poop with really deep treaded boots? You could do everything possible to try to get that poop off. You might squirt it with a hose. Maybe you get a really thin stick and try to chisel it out. Maybe you have one of those little porcupine statues by your front door and you scrape off on that. Maybe you even go the length of boiling a pot of water, pouring it on the concrete and doing a little tap dance in it. But no matter what you try, you are not gonna get all of it out. That poop is now a part of you that you'll be forced to bring everywhere you go. That exactly is what jackfruit is to me. Do you think when I started this show that I had any fleeting thought about a jackfruit? Hell, who in this world ever thinks about a jackfruit? But I accidentally stepped in it. And I've been dragging it along with me on this show for the past 6 or so years. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Jackfruit, the final battle! And this episode will be scored by a ridiculous game that I am positive somebody just slapped an IP on to try to make some sales. Here is Time Cop. Yeah, look at that picture. Doesn't it look just like JCVD? As for the scorecard on Jackfruit, you will find that I enjoyed my first bite of the putrid stuff under its proper name, the breadfruit, on episode 114 on the date of March 12th, 2017. And while it wasn't a violent reaction, it was extreme in that it seemed to suck all the moisture out of my mouth, even while it was dripping wet with water and juice. You might recall that I was a little skeptical on if I prepared it the right way. I thought, no way can this much-hyped fruit taste so bad as it does. It had to be something that I did. That leads us to episode 235 on the date of June 1st, 2020, Trader Joe's Canned Jackfruit and Brine. Now this product would be the true descriptor of what a breadfruit should taste like. The product was as is, exactly what its description said it is. Plain chopped jackfruit swimming in brine and juice. There was nowhere to run from its flavor. Well, the flavor was the exact same flavor I had before, only now it was amped up. Enough so that it has the distinct honor to be the first item to ever make me physically vomit on this show. And here I sit, still bewildered, because not only is this fruit said to be a high utility fruit, one that could be used as a substitution for many ingredients in larger dishes, but truth be told, I have no idea why they still sell this! One would think that the first person to ever taste a jackfruit would be immediately turned off to it and run in the other direction! But not only do they sell this at every produce department, but there are recipes! And there is still positive word of mouth that even the slightest glimmer of good can come out of this! And I just don't see it. What I really needed to do was not so much to focus on the taste, but more the versatility of it. Which finally brings us to episode 255, March 26th in the year 2021, Upton's Naturals Barbecue Jackfruit. This was the true test to see if all those yabos were telling the truth. And even though at the time I was being pestered by the antics of the Shake Master, it wasn't enough to distract me from the delicious taste of the thick, juicy barbecue sauce slathered onto jackfruit pieces which resembled pulled pork. And while it's true that I would never ever choose to eat such an item over actual pulled pork, it did open my eyes to the idea for people who are vegan or who didn't want to pollute their bodies with all that fat. It was a nice little alternative. So in our third foray with the jackfruit, our score was now 2-1. And you know what that means? With this episode, right here, we have the possibility of tying it all up. And I hate to keep delaying. But because this is such a momentous special and I hate to say goodbye to it right away, I thought I'd hit all y'all with another thrilling edition of Mocha's Limbo Round 10! Now, of course, if you just want to see me eat the jackfruit, I finally figured out how to do chapters on these videos, so skip to about there if you have no interest in this. But one thing that has always been both a blessing and a curse on this show is the wicker basket gag. Much like the couch gag on The Simpsons and the movie parodies of The Critic, I came up with this silly idea to make every opening sequence a little different. And just like The Simpsons and The Critic, sometimes this simple gag went overboard, spiraled out of control, and turned into a big production in its own right. Some range from me just simply looking down at the item and making a face at the camera, while others turn to these big, boffo, humongous dance numbers and parodies that seemingly came out of nowhere. This top 10 will honor the best episode kickoffs, the ones that I am personally proud of and would suggest that you go back and look at, even if you have no interest in the food item being reviewed. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is DJClyve's personal top 10 wicker basket opens of Limbo Grub. Walnuts? What even is that? Oh, you know, I don't even care. I'm in such a good mood. And they're playing my song!
All right, DJ, that's enough.
You're such a bag doggy, that's it, I've had it with you, but with it I'm done, that's the last straw, squeeze the lily.
No, I'm quite alright. No, I'm in no dancing mood. No! don't want to dance! No! Leave me alone! I don't want to dance! I am not in the mood to dance!
There was an idea. To see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles. Never. Cut. I'm here to talk to you about the Extension Initiative.
One of the most fun ones yet. Agree? Disagree? Comment section down below. I've already talked a literal mile about the jackfruit in 3 prior episodes. What more can I say about this one? Perhaps there is nothing more to say. Perhaps I should just get on with it, open up the can, go off camera, and prepare this. But this is going to be an episode like no other. This is an organic, young, spreadable jackfruit, which means I need the proper equipment. I need a spreading implement. And I also need Alouette, tasty alouette, alouette, ready to serve cheese. Perfect party, perfect spread, great on crackers, great on bread. Perfect spread, great on bread, yum, 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 yum. Alouette, tasty alouette, alouette, perfect party fun. What a douchebag that guy must have felt like singing that. If you're singing about freaking alouette cheese, maybe just tone it down a little bit. Maybe not sing it so hard until there's freaking tears coming down your cheeks. Jeez, man. Sometimes a little less is more. Fruit, soft flesh peeling from white bone. Nothing quite so evocative as one's sense of smell, is there? Doesn't look spreadable at all! Ugh, damn it. Damn it! Ugh. Ugh, it's not gonna work. This was an honest mistake! Look at this can! Wouldn't you have thought this was a spread too? I don't care! I'm going to make it work! My knife. Am I going nuts? Viewers, did you not see me bring a knife? See anything. Do I even want to ask? Damn it! I hold you responsible for this, native forest! False bill of goods! Not the perfect spread, not great on bread. Perfect spread, great on bread, yuck, 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 yuck! You make do. Alright, well, look. I'm not a very skilled human being, but I can be resourceful when I put my mind to it. Really concerned about that knife, though. Where the hell could it have ended up? The thing wasn't cheap. Donut? Donut, did you see anything weird when I was over there? Well, you saw as well as I did, folks, as far as this item goes. We were given incorrect data. I already have enough reasons to hate breadfruit. Jackfruit, breadfruit, even the fact that it can't decide on its own name, that's another reason to hate it! Stop giving me more reasons! Can I come up with a lower grade than -0 stars? If this tastes disgusting, if this tastes identical to that other jackfruit and brine that I had, I'm gonna have to score it lower because it sold me that it was a spread on that can. It showed specifically that it was almost like a tuna fish that you spread on bread. Instead, they gave me chunks. I'm gonna take points off of that, but how do you take points off when there's no more points left to give? Here's hoping that this somehow is gonna knock my socks off.
taste out of my mouth! I guess, I don't know.
You know, it didn't seem like it was that bad in the beginning, but it turns out I was tasting the bread. But when my teeth continued to sink into the thing, I just immediately got a taste of that familiarity, just hit my taste buds like a freaking lightning bolt to the soul. And it just triggered that mechanism within me where it just wants to take all the food from my stomach and just to shield me, just like, oh no, we have to protect this poor guy. Here comes that jackfruit again. And then all the food from the past like rushes up from my stomach like a stampeding army and says, charge! To fend it off. Like an invader, the jackfruit is making its way down to my stomach, but the food from my stomach is trying to protect their base. They come up, they form a phalanx, their shields are out, their spears are out, they smack it head on and they're pushing, protect the flank, they shout, as they push it up and out my mouth, and that leaves me a war-torn battle zone. If you need a more accurate description on what this tastes like, go back and watch the Trader Joe's canned jackfruit and brine review that I did a while back. Everything that I said about that applies to this. I've already talked a country mile about this, I don't need to say anymore. And you'll note that the canned jackfruit and brine got -0 stars. What the hell do I give this? Because it bamboozled me. It tricked me into thinking it was a spread, and then I could easily lather it onto some bread and eat it that way. I mean, maybe it would have been better. Maybe it would be better if it was in a semi-liquid form, but no! I just got chunks of jackfruit all over again! It's a freaking repeat episode and I didn't even realize going in! So we are witnessing a first here on Limbo Grub. For this item is the first and perhaps only item to attain the score of -infinity! I'm sure a lot of people watching out there are saying to themselves, DJClyve, you're being way too hard on this item. There's no way it could possibly be as bad as you say. It's just a regular fruit. It's just because of you, because you don't like fruit. I've eaten a whole bunch of fruit for this show, and this doesn't taste like fruit, it doesn't taste like vegetable, it just tastes like misery! I am being completely honest with you when I say that I would rather eat the pickled pig's feet, I would rather eat the dog food, I would rather eat cat food, I would rather eat bird seed, I would rather eat the freaking insects again than eat this! Me giving this a -infinity is me at my most kind! I offer it that grade as an act of benevolence, when in reality, I shouldn't even give it a grade. It is not worthy of being graded! But hey, maybe there's a way to prepare it where it wouldn't taste so bad. Maybe if it were presented to me in the form that was on the can, that was pictured on the can, it wouldn't have been bad and it would be halfway edible. You can say that about a number of things. You add a certain amount of ingredients to it, you drown out the horrible taste, you can make anything edible. You can make a freaking vulcanized tire edible if you deep fried it or something. Suppose you have a delicious spicy marmalade or something like that. You put tiny little bits of felt in that marmalade and you soak them up and you swallow them down. Are you gonna say that that's tasty felt? No, you're gonna say it's tasty marmalade! And there's something specific to be said about vomiting via jackfruit. It's a special feeling. It's a special sort of discomfort that you never ever want to experience, and you know why? You know why there's a smile on my face right now? Because the one glimmer of sunshine in this whole ordeal is that I won't have to deal with this ever again. This is the last time I am ever going to experience that feeling. My prison sentence is finally over in that respect. So, F you, jackfruit. I won't have to deal with you again! DJClyve, this is your life. And Jackfruit, sad to say, was a big part of it. But you know what they say about somebody with a big tush? You hate to see him go, but you love to watch him leave. I love to watch Jackfruit leave my life forever! This was a blessing. It's your good buddy DJClyve saying until next time, see you in Limbo. Oh, there it is! Lucky's got bad aim.